have you even got it in, love? Hey, how you all doing? We're back again with another stream once again. Quite enjoyed myself with the stream yesterday, so I thought I'd come back in and do a bit more. Today I thought I'd do a bit of hunting with the Litany of Blood. So if you don't know what that is, it is basically the idea that you go out and hunt a number of people, assassinate a couple of people in cities all across Tamriel, and at the end of it there's an achievement to be got. I'll show it properly in a minute, but before I do that I realised with this character, if I bring back my screen here a second, that I hadn't actually completed out all the skills in the Dark Brotherhood line here, so I need a few more skill points. So I'm going to run around Eastmarch, try and get some skill points just to boost these all back up again up to the maximum there, because I'm already on the max level for Dark Brotherhood, but that's come because I've been doing the Dark Sacraments all the time, so my reputation with the Dark Brotherhood has been going up all the time. But I haven't actually done the actual main quest line through Dark Brotherhood all the way through. I've got far enough to be able to get the Litany of Blood and do the Dark Sacraments, but not actually completed that line, so I never actually really filled out all of the skill tree properly. So I need some more skill shards, because you can see I'm on zero skill points on this character. And thankfully I haven't done Eastmarch yet for the Skyshards, so I'm going to go hunting around Eastmarch and see if we can find some of these Skyshards and get enough skill points to be able to carry on. So I thought we'll start with that. So we're here in Eastmarch at the moment, and I have a handy map that is showing me where these all are, so we can mark them off. And we'll avoid the drunken singing Nords in the background there. Just ride out over the bridge. This character has been to Eastmarch before, but only during what was the winter event, going back a bit. I'm not doing any of the questing. This character's already max level. You can see riding along, she's already up in champion point level, quite high. So there's not really, I don't feel really that compelled to actually complete the main storylines with this character. I've already done the main storylines on a number of other characters. But still, nonetheless, there are Skyshards to be gained all the way around. So that would be our first one. That's just there. And then there's another two located just down here. For those of you who've never played Elder Scrolls, all your skill points come from either completing certain quests that drop skill points, going up levels, or from hunting Skyshards. And every 3 Skyshards you get another skill point. Just right over here, trying to avoid all the giants in the area, because this place is filled with giants, as it is basically part of Skyrim, or the Skyrim region rather than the Skyrim game. There's one tucked around the back here somewhere, if I remember rightly. In fact, I may have gone too far. I might have to ride back around. Yeah. I'm missing all that ore as well. I really should be picking up. There's a dungeon there as well, but I think you get to the Skyshard this way, if I remember rightly. Yeah, there we are. So there's the next one. So Skyshards are these big glistening white things here. That's one skill point gained. And some of the Skyshards are hidden in dungeons, so we'll just quickly nip into this dungeon here. While I'm here, I might as well kill the boss as well and complete the dungeon off properly. Okay. Actually can't remember this dungeon, so might need to have a bit of a hunt to find it. Alright, so it's going to be going down this way. Now, normally every day, every day I tend to do a lot of my dailies, but I didn't want to keep showing that on the stream, just constantly doing the dailies. Otherwise that's going to get very tired very, very quickly. So I thought, well, it's a good opportunity to go and explore the rest of Tamriel instead of just doing all the things I do to make money. not a fan of these wisp motherers. They're always quite tough to kill. I'm sure there'll be people out there who can comment about how good my Night Blading is. As I said yesterday, I'm not probably the world's best Night Blade player. Even though Night Blades can actually be pretty tough when you've leveled them in the right way. Oh, hang on. I've seemed to have got frozen. My PC has frozen out completely. I've lost the stream, I think. My computer just crashed. No, actually we're back. Ah. Hey Voladan, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I did have a very worrying, that's the first time I've seen that in a long time. Any sort of actual breakdown like that. Oh, thanks for the follow, Voladan. That's much appreciated. I seem to have gained a friend walking through here as well. That's cool. Bit concerned about the way that just froze out a minute ago, but hopefully we won't get any more like that. So as I was just explaining, I'm currently hunting Skyshards in Eastmarch. Like this one. Just because I need some more skill points for my Dark Brotherhood line, and then I'm going to go hunting out the Litany of Blood. Try and get that achievement by finding all the targets to assassinate in the various cities. There's a chest there, but I'll leave him have it, I don't need it. Go on, you can have the chest. Voladan, you're, aren't you doing a PvP a bit? Or did you do PvP yesterday? You were going to do some of the battlegrounds, if I remember rightly. Which way is the boss? No, I need some more stamina. Yeah, I haven't done it before, so I really need to go hunting them all out. I've got a list of where they all are. Obviously, you've still got to hunt them down because they wander, like, for miles. But, hopefully, I'll be able to get that achievement and see if we can get it on this character. But as I said, I noticed that I actually haven't filled out all the skill points in this tree. Ah, there's the boss. Oh, you're joking. So did it not go ahead then? Yeah. Well, apparently they're supposed to instantly respawn after someone kills them. It's just a case of finding them. Because they will respawn anywhere in the area. So, might take a bit of tracking down. Hey, it's Alarm. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us again. Running around here. I can remember the first time Kitten was playing Skyrim. It's the game that actually introduced her to gaming overall, and she got very put off it by it because of the fact that she had to kill wolves and deers and stuff like that in there. And she was like, I don't want to kill any wolves. Yeah, I hope so too as well, for all of that. I'm looking forward to that trial actually. You seem to have got a few people signed up to it. Hopefully we can fill the rest of the spots though. That'll be quite good. And hopefully we'll try and see if we can get some people on reserve as well. Yeah, Kitten, I'm going to be relying on you, I think, a bit to be posting up in there where you found them and the locations, because I might need your help getting through that bit as well. Ah, I should check that out before doing the stream. That would have been a good idea. Actually, if you've got the link there, if you've got the link for the that video, worth posting up here. That way, if anyone's looking back over the stream or anyone's interested, they can go and have a look at that video when they're looking it up as well later. Yeah, that could be a little bit difficult, especially if you're trying to explain it all over the inbuilt chat rather than through voice chat. That could be a bit of a pain, I imagine. Hopefully, maybe we should keep hunting out and trying to see what we can do there, but we'll keep pushing it with the guild, and we've got another week in which to find everyone. I mean, the gaps are starting to be filled out. Yeah, 5 spots, so if anyone's listening to this stream and is interested in doing a trial next week, a bit of a light trial on a normal run, have a word with just, or Voladan, sorry, I was going to call you your old name then, Voladan there, and see if you can get yourself signed up, and we... especially anyone who's here from the guild. Alright, let's go find the next Skyshard. And as is Sod's Law, like it was yesterday when I started streaming, it is night time, so it's not as bright as it usually is. Right. I'm talking through here. As I say, I'm not really that interested in doing the quests in Eastmarch at the moment. As I say, I've done it several times, in fact, on a couple of other characters, but I do need the Skyshards from this area, so that's what I'm doing at the moment, just hitting these dungeons quickly. Hopefully we'll get through them fairly quickly and then go on to doing the Litany of Blood and fill out the points in my Dark Brotherhood. But also a good indication to point out to people if anyone's interested as to where some of these Skyshards might be. Ice Hammer's fault. How's the feed looking today? Is it still holding up today? Is it too choppy at all, or? Oh, it's quite a large vault, so I don't think which way we need to go. Not that way, obviously. Managing to get myself completely lost already straight at the start. I'm very thankful that the dungeons in here aren't as complicated as they can get in normal Skyrim at times. Ah, thanks TLM, appreciate that. For those of you who want to check it out, if you have a look at the chat, there's a link there to TLine's YouTube video which shows where all the Litany of Blood targets are. As I said, it's quite a difficult one from what I've heard to achieve. It's not that it requires a lot of skill, it's just finding the targets is the hardest problem. Right. Okay, it's not letting me attack there. And once again, this one of the problems I hate with Eastmarch is there's too many wolves around. And you end up having to kill so many wolves just to get anywhere. Yeah, I've got a web page open at the side here as well, which I'm going to be relying on just to let me know roughly where they are and their names. So I'm not going into it completely blind to it, but we shall see. We shall see. Actually, let's not bother with the boss on here. This I can always come back for the boss. I'm just really after the Skyshards, so we could probably just go straight back out. Yeah, that would be cool though if you could make it though, T-Line. It depends obviously on your work, but it'd be cool to have you join in the trial as well. You could stream it as well. Right, okay, so there's that one done. I'll probably do this in reverse order. I think I'll do it clockwise rather than anti-clockwise. So we'll carry on the way we're going. So there should be another one situated somewhere about there. Charge forward. I do like Eastmarch. It's I first got into Elder Scrolls properly with Skyrim, so Skyrim to me was always like the beginning of it all for me for the Elder Scrolls, my immersion into Elder Scrolls. And so Eastmarch and the Rift is always nice to come back and visit. We're looking somewhere around here. There we are, it's just up above. So you've got to go up here and then come back on yourself. Okay, there we are. That's another one. How far are we through? I've got 2 skill points, so let's just upgrade those. As I say, the whole purpose of this exercise is just really to boost this tree up and just get this tree maximized before I do the Litany of Blood. Not that it shouldn't be possible to do it without the tree maximized, but I just thought it might be a good idea to have it all. Oh, better find where the next Skyshard is, and apparently it's somewhere just inside that camp, if I remember right. Or just outside the camp. And yeah, if we could stream that, that would be absolutely awesome. I mean, if T-Line's on there streaming that, that'd be cool. If T-Line can't make it, then I might possibly just stream it out on this channel as well instead, so at least we capture it one place or another. But if T-Line's going to stream it, then I'll leave it to T-Line. I'll just concentrate on doing my tanking. First time doing that trial, and though I'm an experienced tank, it might be an idea for me to concentrate on what I'm doing in there. Right, okay, there's a dungeon just down here where there should be another one. Oh, wrong button. Having a moment there where I was pressing all the wrong keys. I'll go this way. Okay. I'm still getting used to the idea of streaming and playing at the same time, keeping an eye on the chat and looking where I'm going as well. Not crashing into things or running off the edge of cliffs. It's another one of these. So where is the Skyshard located here? And this actually doesn't look that majorly different to the last place we just visited. No, other than it's got fire traps. Okay. I'm hoping it's in this room. If not, it might be over in the other one. No. I realise I actually don't know where the Skyshards are in these dungeons. Through here? Maybe? Yeah, but I like to host your channel as well, and I like to watch your channel as well, so I can't stream while I'm watching Tier Line. It's I mean, that would be cool though. You can get it from 2 different angles if we did it with a trial. That would also be quite awesome, I think. But I also like to watch. But if I'm doing the trials anyway, I'm probably going to be concentrating on my tanking. So actually, it might not be a bad thing to do. Right. I'm quite liking this streaming thing, and I might have to stream a couple of the other games that I play. Particularly, I'm thinking of doing some Kerbal Space Program later in the week as well. So if any of you have ever come across that or are interested in that, let's kill these. So that might be worth checking out. I'll probably do that somewhere like Tuesday or Thursday. I think I might sit down and start working out a schedule of when I'm going to stream or when I'm not going to stream. But yeah, hopefully Volodan. I mean, if you're streaming what they're like and everything else, people might be more intrigued to actually come along and do them. Especially if you make it appear a bit easier than people might have actually got the impression they are. Because I think a lot of people get the impression that trials are hard. I suppose it's like the same as it was with raiding with WoW. It's not that they're hard, it's just about knowing what you're doing. And once you know what you're doing, then it's not so much of a problem. Take that chest though. Still not found the Skyshard, so probably going to be in the last room. I hope it's in the last room. Oh yeah, I can see the light beaming out there. I just hear someone. That's very true to your line. I mean, I think a lot of people who come into ESO came in off the back of things like Skyrim and everything that was so used to being just running around on your own, doing your own thing. And it's nice. The game's quite nicely set up that a lot of the activities in here can be done solo as well. I think that's quite nice because sometimes, you know, you want to just log in, develop your characters, boost them further, and without actually worrying about having to find a group or where so-and-so is, or whether they've gone off for their tea now or anything else like that. You just want to be able to go run around and do your own things. But it'd be nice to experience a lot more of the group content as well. Got him. There we are. Right. I really need to get better sustain on this character. I keep running out of stamina all the time, so I haven't really put her through a proper build yet. I've just been... She still basically has her points distributed as though she was when I was leveling her, which was just put it where I wanted to put it, where I thought might be okay, but never actually really concentrated into actually studying what's the best ways to really maximise things like a damage and a sustain, ability to keep a stamina up. It's, I think that's something I might have to work with on this one. Not that it should be really that much of a... have that much of an effect in some senses. I mean, that's one of the, again, the nice things about Elder Scrolls. Unless you're needing to actually really heavily maximise your character for certain things like doing veteran content or stuff like that, you can just pretty much play the characters as you want to. I think that's one of the nice things about Elder Scrolls is you don't have to do it as they all say unless you want to go down that route. really sort of min-maxing and specialising in your characters, which is also cool because some people enjoy doing that as well, which is great. But giving people the options and the choice, I think, is it's always a good way to go for any game. Vicious Ophidian, is that how you spell it? Say it, for Stamina Knight Blade. Okay, was that one of the passives, is it? Or is it a set? It doesn't ring a bell with me, actually, unfortunately. There's another one there. Passing that dolmen back there reminds me as well, I want to do a video about dolmens as well. What they are, just for newbie players, as to what they do, the various achievements you get with them, the things that you can unlock when you've done X amount of dolmen runs, what they're there for, their tactics, all that sort of stuff. And I might do another one then just to cover off the new geysers that are in Somerset. Working until he died at the age of 103. That's pretty old for a medieval world. Okay. Okay, not sure where we're going with this one. I just don't seem to remember these dungeons much in Eastmarch. I know I have done them, and I know they did update them a bit over the years as well. So, because when they first came out, they were all following the same basic format. For those of you who haven't been playing ESO since the beginning, they got very lazy with their dungeon design right at the very, very beginning. This is why a lot of them look very similar, or have very similar layouts, but with a lot of variation around them. They didn't originally. They were actually all designed almost exactly the same way. They then later on added in one of the later patches a bit more variation to the dungeons, where passageways went off to different places. Ah, trial set. Excellent. I'll have to look out for that one then. So we've got here, set reduces the cost of your stamina abilities by 8%. When you kill an enemy, you restore 2,150 stamina and gain major expedition for 20 seconds, increasing your movement speed by 30%. Plus you get Mind Slayer. That's actually pretty good. I like that. So yeah, okay. I'll have to look out for that set then. Where's that for? Is that in the Ethereum archive that we're going to, or is it a different trial it drops in? Ah, there's the Skyshard. Lucky guess. Yeah, no, you're right, Volodan, and yeah, but you imagine that they're these days, though they've got pretty much the same layout, they still have a little bit more variety now than they did at the beginning when they began. They were absolutely, every single one was identical. Ah, cool. Thanks, T-Lan. Right, okay, then we'll have to look at doing those ones. Ah, I see, it's the Craiglorn ones. Okay. Is it Craiglorn somewhere that I've not really got a lot of experience with? Because when it came out, it was mainly group content based. And at the time, I was just doing a lot of solo play, and yeah, it ended up that I ended up skipping all of those, and not doing them. And I mean, I'm quite glad in some senses they changed it so that solo players can go in there. Though I suppose there's some people who prefer doing things in groups, and that area was really designed as a group area. But I'm gonna have to start doing more down there, I think. Okay, so that's that one done. So where are we? We're still in the south side of Eastmarch. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more shards to get, but 4 of them are outside, and there's only 1 left in a dungeon. The question is, which one do we go for next? Oh, well done. Well done, Voladan. That's really quite an achievement, actually, to be proud of. I've got nowhere near there. I've done some quests on one of my character up there, but I found it quite hard going, even when they turned it into the solo format. I found it quite hard going to go through there. But at some point I think I might have to start exploring Craiglorn a bit more. Because it seems like quite a nice area, it's just quite a tough area as well. Now, I always remember this area because in normal Skyrim, the original Skyrim game, there's a mound, I think just up there, on that pillar up there, there's a dragon mound or something, if I remember rightly. But you always go for it and you always get attacked by a dragon in this area as well. It's nice that you can actually see the two games link up in the same sort of territory and geography. There's one down by the river there. So this way. I still remember Shadow's Tear. I died 20 times at the side bosses and at least 60 on the last one. Ouch. There is a certain... you have to get yourself to the point where you get to a certain type of persistence before you can... if you want to complete some of these things. I suppose it's the achievement at the end, though, isn't it? When you've completed it all and you're like, yeah, I've done that. It took about 60 attempts. But I still managed it. Where is it? Oh, it's over that side, isn't it? Skyreach Pinnacle was the second hardest example. Is that example or X Echo and Skyreach Catacombs? It should be interesting to see. I'll probably give it a go at some point in the future. I could even try streaming it as well. I've got the stream up and everything else, and see how badly I do in Craiglorn there. But saying that, if we could find a couple of people who want to join us, we can always go down and do it as a group. That's another option. I've done some of the dungeons there, but not any of the group content. If I remember rightly, this one, it's up in the mountains. You've got to move off slightly to the side to climb up to the area. Yes, so the dungeon's just over there, but the Skyshard is somewhere around the back here, if I remember rightly. I may be taking completely wrong turns, but I did just find a law book, so I'll have that. According to my marker, it's somewhere. Ah, found it. There we are. Knew it was around here somewhere. If anyone's got any good tips on how to target those wraiths better, because I always have problems hitting them. They always prove quite difficult. Yeah, no, I like things that have got good mechanics and everything else like that. Sitting there working them out and working out the tactics to deal with them. I used to be a old World of Warcraft player, and I always remember back in the vanilla days, back when it was its classic World of Warcraft, doing things like the Molten Core, and you having to learn all the different tactics for all the various different bosses, and it was just awesome compared to just dealing with the usual hack and slash that you had to deal with most of the time. And having a Warlock, I was playing a Warlock at the time, and having something, being actually given things for you to do as a Warlock as well, actually Warlocks proving useful was quite something, because everyone just saw Warlocks as like a poor man's mage at the time. Then they became really tough. I mean, hack and slash is all great and fun, and sometimes there are days you just want to go around and do like we're doing here, just running around hacking and slashing at times. But then there's other times where you want something that's a bit more of a challenge. Dead. Right, okay. Where's the Skyshard in here? Not in this cave, that looks it. I've probably taken the wrong turning, and just like the other one, it's probably in the very final room that I get to. We have a troll. Yeah. Got him. Cool. Got him. Right. There's another troll there, but I'm actually looking for the Skyshard. I think... Oh, chest. Right. I think I now vaguely remember this place. I think the boss is in this room somewhere, and he's just an angrier version of the troll, if I remember rightly. It's not that one. I might be wrong. Yeah, it's that one that person just killed. Okay, no worries. Well, it's alright, they can have that kill, because I'm not actually after the bosses, I just want these Skyshards. Well, they're brave bears, considering how far they were stood from that troll. Go on. Right. That's that bit done. Oh, hang on. I can hear a Skyshard. Did I just walk past the Skyshard? I did. How did I completely manage that? I completely missed that. Was I heading on my way back out the dungeon then for a second? Helps if we get what we actually came here for. Map. Yeah, I'm going the right way. Sorry. There we go. So, theoretically, I should only need one more Skyshard, I think. I've got a feeling I've missed one somewhere. Looking at the map. I've missed a dungeon down in the bottom right, but that's okay. I only actually need one more Skyshard to get all the skill points I need. So if I go and grab this final Skysshard, Skyshard, even, and then we should be able to head off and do this Litany of Blood. So it should be the final one I'm going to go for. It's on the edge of here. Go this way. I was doing that. Let's pop some points in there. I've only got one more skill to pick up on the Dark Brotherhood line then, which is great. So have we all had a good weekend so far this weekend? I myself was out last night. We went to an event down in Swansea. It's just on the south coast of Wales. It's a city that I lived in for a while, but I now live up in the valleys of Wales. And we went down to this event. Some friends of ours were organising a live music event. A few bands on. There was a Sex Pistols tribute act and a few other various bands of various different natures, of everything from gloom rock through to EDM style industrial. So it was quite an interesting evening. Kitten was DJing as well. I had a few to drink down there as well. It was quite fun. Alright, okay, here we are. So this should be the last Skyshard I need for here. Myself personally. There is actually 2 other Skyshards that can be gained here. One from a dungeon I missed down in the bottom right, and one from the group dungeon as well. But there we are, that's done. Right, so that now gives me that final one, Shadow Rider, and fills out that skill tree nicely. Great. Let's see if I go back to... I need to start doing my Litany of Blood now. The first one, I believe, is in Skywatch. So let's... I'm just going to bring out a list of where everyone is and see if I can try and track them down. Hopefully I can find all these, but as you guys say... Oh, sorry to hear that, Volodane. You're not feeling well at the moment. Let's have a look. We got... So she apparently... Guildblade, and then she's doing that, and then this one, and then she... Right, so we're looking for this character called... Camerlai. Actually, let's change our costume as well, because we're now in an assassin mode. So running around looking like a merchant thief or roguish character, they're quite appropriate in some senses. I think actually we should probably, if I can find my costume for it, I have a costume that I sometimes wear with this character for doing these sort of things. And that's that costume. So it's the question of now hunting him out. People said they always got one eye, haven't they? Kitten, if you're still on the stream, have you got still your list of where you found all these running around? Well, I could hear someone being murdered, so that might have been my target being murdered. Or it might be just someone just doing general killing. Aha, we found our target. And why haven't I got the X mark? Why can I not assassinate her? Ah, because that's still detected. Right, so we found the first one. It's this lady here, but obviously I've got 2 ways to do it. I can either try and just take her out in public. I'll get myself a massive bounty and then have to try and get out of here very quickly. Or I can wait until she's somewhere that's a bit easier to kill. So, for those who are seeing this and just wondering what we're doing, there's an achievement that can be gained from killing 15 noted targets in various cities throughout Tamriel. It's quite difficult. You've got to track down each of the NPCs that's to be killed. I mean, this one I got sat right in front of me at the moment is one of the targets. But it's finding the right opportunity to be able to take them out where you're not going to get spotted. Or even if you're spotted, you've got an opportunity to get away. Oh, that's good. Aha, got it. There we are. And no bounty either. Brilliant. Okay, so where are we? Still in Skywatch, so we need to move to somewhere else. So the next one will probably be, I think it's one for each area, isn't it? Or from in the main lands. And the next one will probably be up in Grafwood. I like the animation when you claimed her there as well. That was really quite cool. Now, apparently this guy wanders around at the bottom of the tree, so let's find out. Derdelas, or Derdelas, his name is the second target on our Litany of Blood quest. It's not a proper quest either, so you don't get quest markers or anything else. I mean, you start being able to do it because you completed a small quest, but it's just an achievement, so there's no quest to actually follow along in that sense. But there is. Remember which one it is. Oh, that's Toad. She hasn't done Flawless yet. I've just got to do Blackest Sacrament. There's an achievement in there somewhere. Litany of Blood. There we are. So you got to slay all those targets. So we'll keep hold of that so we can have a look at it. And we've got to look for this Derdelas, or whatever his name is. We know he's a male wood elf. Grey hair.
I'm busy, very busy.
Yeah, that animation was actually fantastic. That's the first time I think I've seen that animation played, and it's nice that it's different to what happens when you normally just assassinate. I quite like the assassination animations anyway, in the way they are. I mean, you can actually turn off the assassination animations in the game, so they just stabs them and you don't go to like the little mini cutscene that you get every time you kill someone. But I like to keep them on because I quite like them. So it's none of these guys. So we know he's not up here.
It's mostly the same. Essentially, you can.
But it could be outside.
Just not anything at all.
There's an Elden Root Guard.
Please, listen to me for just a moment. It's very important.
Yeah!
No, not him. Right, okay. That's my house up there, Snugpot. I actually own that as a building. I think I may have upset Ifrit with that house though, because I built a second floor out of wood, which so if you know Wood Elf lore, that's a very big no-no. Yeah, he's supposed to move between a couple of places. Outside the inn and the Trees Defense Shop. Where's the Trees Defense Shop? Which one's that? didn't explore all the way up here, did I? I'm guessing that's also part of the inn. No. Check under the tree, just in case. The entrance to the Feast Sanctuary. We're in down.
That's mine, you bastard!
Did I really just see that?
Oh, language in the game. I haven't heard him say that before. It's very British. Right, well, we're now heading up to the guild stores. I don't think he's going to be around here. I'm having trouble locating this one. I think Kitten said she found him upstairs once, though. Actually saying that. The second set of eyes. What we've got here is the Bosman Noble that can be found in Elden Root. You can be found wandering out between the outside inn and the Trees Defence shop near the Elden Root Way Shrine. So which one is the Trees Defence shop then? I wish there was a way that you mark these out a bit easier.
What do you want?
Let's have a look at it. Oh. This guy's proving a bit more troublesome. I can see what people are saying. I mean, I found the first one quite quickly, but the second one is proving much, much harder to track down. Ah, found him. There we are. Oh, I got someone following me. I guess that's the Trees Defence shop then. I'll have to give it time. You found him in the pub. Oh, go away! It's my target. Oh, what? Thank you, Nima. Come on, let me attack him. Oh, then instead he's triggered him that way. Why does he do that? He was a nice gentleman, wasn't he?
It wasn't even worth the bounty.
Alright, let's get back to him. Oh, just missed the opportunity. And now he's back to try and have another go. You can go away and find him again in a second. I found him first. Oh, seriously? Ah. What a horrible guy. I found him first and he turned around and jumped in there. Look at that. That's one of the things I hate about this sort of stuff. But apparently they instantly respawn, so he should be back in this area very soon. Hopefully. But Kitten said she found him in here. That's a good idea, actually. There he is. He's in the shop now. He's quite right. Oh, nearly had the opportunity then. So who's spotting me now? Aha. Got him. That's it. That's him done. Yeah, no, I saw that. That was quite funny, actually. I think, yeah, you come in as a vampire character. I've done that too many times myself as an assassin. Volodan, what are you saying? Where he used his feed there instead of his blade. Because they're both on the same key, it's quite tricky and you end up in the wrong location. Right, okay. So I now have a bounty, so I'm going to have to get to the sanctuary. And there's actually one just beneath this tree, so hopefully we can get there without being spotted. There it is. Awesome. Yeah, from what I was reading, Kitten, the respawn is very fast. It's meant to be near instantaneous for these targets, so that if someone else kills it before you get to it, that you're not having to wait around for it, and because you're having to hunt them out as well, you're just not having to wonder, well, hang on a minute, has it respawned yet, or am I just missing it? They are always there, so as soon as they're dead, the next one respawns. Which do I want? He's done that, right. That's a money lender. I want the fence.
I assume you weren't followed.
Let's pay off my gold. Okay. So that's number 2 down. Let's see if we can get a third one down. Hopefully without running into someone like that last character. But that's always going to be a problem anyway if you're all hunting for the same thing. Right, okay, so we are now heading to Marbrook. I've been looking for a Bosma, reading and writing at the same time, heading in the wrong direction. Is not a good start. Right, this way. So apparently she is often found in or around the Fighters Guild, or walking from the Way Shrine to the cemetery, northeast of the Furnishing. Upstairs to the east of the Mages Guild and eastbound of the city. Well, it sounds like she's got quite a wide-ranging area, this next character. Volodan, yeah. If you are a vampire, you can use the Blade of Woe. I've got a vampire who is an assassin character. And what happens is when you're at a certain range, further range, you get the feed option come up. If you get closer to him while in stealth, it then gives you the Blade of Woe option instead. It's on the same button. It's on the X button, the synergy button. So yeah, you can. It's very easy to get it wrong. So many a times I've gone to assassinate, and because the assassination thing sometimes is a little buggy as to where it is, like if you're on a slope or on stairs or something like that, then what happens is you get the feed option instead of the assassin option, or it quickly changes just as you press the button and you suddenly switch over. And then, yeah, you can end up feeding instead of assassinating. But yes, you can assassinate and feed as a vampire as well. Right, Fighters Guild, that's the Mages Guild. It says somewhere, basically saying somewhere in this sort of region here. She should be. Karalev. And she's got short black hair. There's a picture of her sat down, so apparently she does stop at a few points and opportunities. Let's have a look, see if we can find her. Apparently up by the Fighters Guild as well. Often found in or around this area. No, not her. Look at that. Nope, don't see him there. Let's try inside the Fighters Guild then. I don't think she's in here. There's a guard. That's about it. Nope. Not in here, unless she's upstairs. Which is always a possibility. Nope. Nope.
Fear grips my heart.
Jump back down again so we can get out of here quick enough. I'm trying to think where else she could be. She's apparently somewhere near the way shrine, and there's apparently a cemetery in this area. I never remember there being a cemetery. In Marbrook, but apparently there is. So we're going to find it. That's the Mages Guild area where she's also supposed to hang around a little bit. If only there was some way that you could just target them if you know they're in the area, so it just marks them out a little bit better, but... No, not here. So where's the cemetery? Northeast of the furnishing. So furnishing is there. Northeast, it's over here somewhere then. Well, that's near the Fighters Guild, so yeah. Ah, that's a, oh, I see. Right, there's a couple of stones. And that's not her. No. Sometimes she's found between there.
What hope is there for you?
She's proving tricky to find. Again.
What?
Eastbound out the city. So that's eastbound out the city. So sometimes she's also down this way. It's a player. I'm not sure we can assassinate them yet. Aha, found her. There she is. Well, her picture looks like she's got black hair.
Strange happenings in the court
We
of
got
Wilder King.
someone.
Did you hear?
Oh, he got it just before me. Ah, you
Nonsense.
bugger.
It's real. They say an older girl saved his life and then took his
You are
face.
too gullible, friend.
It's just, that's it, yeah. That seems to be the story of my life. There's so many people who seem to be hunting for this still, even now. I mean, the DLC's been out for ages, and people are still hunting these characters out. You see, as soon as I found it, there were 3 people on her then. The question is, where does she respawn at? We know she walks through here now. But where is her respawn point?
We like it quiet.
Have a look around. See if I can find her again.
I've got what you need.
Maybe up in the guilds itself. That would make sense.
You'd best take care.
We are lucky to have such heroes.
Carry on down. Still can't find them. Well, we spotted her once and then she vanished, which is not good. There she is again. She's in here now. So we found her respawn point. It's inside the... if you're in this situation, it seems like a respawn point is inside the Fighters Guild. So if you've seen her just assassinated by someone else, then just run back to the Fighters Guild and you should be hopefully there. And then it's just a matter of finding the right opportunity. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, nearly had it. Got her. There we are. No, I didn't want to sit down. I wanted to get out of here.
You won't get away with this, sneak thief.
I don't think I'm a sneak thief. I think I'm an assassin rather than a thief, but yeah, never mind. I'm trying to remember where the Feast Guild is here. Oh, it's just behind here, so that's convenient. There we go, right. So that's target number 3 down. This is getting there. I think what I'll do on tonight's streams, we'll try and find, or today's streamers, I'll try and find 5 of them. We'll do all the Aldmeri Dominion ones, and then maybe on another stream in the week, we'll try and see if we can find the ones to the other 10 that are left over in the other 2 alliances. So the next one's going to be a Malabal Tor. Shihada is her name. Apparently she's commonly found in the centre of town. Right, let's towards the fence, clear off my bounty again. How's my gold looking? I've got enough for now, that's alright, don't need to pop to the bank. Yeah, so I don't think I realised before I started doing this exactly what I was letting myself in for. So, yeah, maybe once a week we'll hunt out 5 of them. Get their locations, and then maybe next week I'll go and hunt another 5, and then the week after as well. We'll be doing Somerset as well, though. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that coming out next week. For those of us who have pre-ordered and on PC, because we're obviously getting it early on the 21st, so I imagine we're spending all day with downloading the new chapter, because that's always going to be coming in at quite a large size. Right, so whereabouts is she? She's in Volkwasten. That's Volkwasten. Ah, this isn't a big area, so it shouldn't, well, he says, it shouldn't be too hard to find her. Right. We're looking for a Shihada. So she's a Khajiit character. Often found in the centre of town. Well, this would be the centre of town. And that would be Shihada, who stood right in front of a guard. That's not helpful. Clemency, thank you.
Why not gamble?
I just...
You'll have a better chance of success than I gave you a chance.
I will run instead and see if I can get away from him. Because there's no feast den down here. Obviously got away from him. So let's get back to the way shrine. That was a bit harsh then. I used the clemency and... Oh, law book. I used the clemency and it was like, okay. And then he immediately arrested me again. It was like, hang on a minute. That's not how clemency works. It was a bit unfair of him. Oh well. I'll go away from him. I need to clear this bounty before I go on and do the final one that I want to do today. Actually, there are a few feast guilds. There's one in here in Morrowind that it's really easy to get to from the wasteland without coming across any guards at all. And likewise, Gold Coast has the same thing as well, which is always worth coming across. And the Abar's Landing one, you're most likely not to encounter anyone either. So this one is very easy to get to without any guards stopping you. I mean, I do have some leniency scrolls around somewhere. I think they might be in my bank actually, so it might be worth next time I'm doing this to make sure I pick a couple up so I'm not always having to dive back to smugglers' dens. I've used this den so many times because I've spent a long time thieving in Vardenfell. Mainly because he was trying to hunt out the motifs, the Redoran, the Telvanni, and the Hello motifs, which I've got all of them now, but also still worth doing because if you get those, they get sold for about 8 to 9k in the guild store easily, possibly even up to 10 sometimes, depending on which one you get. So for each of those, you can sell them quite well. And normally when you're running around thieving, you can make about 10k a time from thieving as well. It's a good way of making money. And if you find at least one of those motifs on each run, then you can easily be saying you're looking at about over 20k each time you do the run. I got 4 characters who can do this, a 5th one that's under development, so that's nearly 100k a day. Right, okay, so we're going for the last one now for today. We're going to go and look out for Dablier. Found in Ralakai and Reaper's March. He's found wandering the marketplace. Oh, again, so this doesn't sound like he's got a big, wide area to hunt him out for. When it loads, taking its time. There we are. Okay. And we're looking for is called Dablier. Apparently in this area somewhere. I think you might want to be careful, otherwise you'll end up in the stocks if you're assassinating down in this area, but it's Khajiit, a male Khajiit we're looking for. Oh, it says found wandering the marketplace. Well, this is the marketplace. Let's have a look a bit further ranging in case he's wandered off. It's not him. Not any of these. Ah, there he is. Found him. So the last two have gone a bit easier than recently. I nearly had a... Oh, remembering what Volodyan said, keep your blades out while doing this. Unfortunately, this is a spotted area. Oh, got it.
Where are the guards when you need them?
There, actually, is where the guards are, but that's alright. I'll head to the refuge and get out of the way there very quickly. So that's the 5 done for today. I'll probably go and do the Daggerfall Covenant ones next. Next time I decide to stream, or sometime in the week maybe. Might be an idea. Rather than trying to get all of them done in one time, because otherwise you're just sitting there waiting to see them done. Well, what I will do is speak to this fence.
You won't get the benefit.
Clear that off, and then I'm going to travel to that house. So I wouldn't mind seeing what the Dark Sacrament is for today. Because obviously it switches between 3 different locations. And I haven't done them yet today, so I don't know where they are. Where the target's going to be. Okay, there we are. My assassin set on, which, yep, cool, perfect for going around doing the sacrament. Maybe I should have had that on as well when I was doing the killing those targets for the Litany of Blood as well, because it's good for reducing your detection radius and speeding you up while you sneak and stuff, but oh well, bit late now. Okay. Over the edge there. Seems barely not worth the effort jumping on the horse just to come this short distance, but still. And if we go to the sanctuary, we should hopefully have 5 ghosts up on the pedestals. Trader's Cove, Kitten?
It's a sight to see. So many of the family returning home.
What's at Trader's Cove? Okay, there we are. Brotherhood Sanctuary. And hopefully we'll have 5 new trophies sat there waiting for us when we get in here now. Okay. Let's have a look. Ah, look at that. We now have 5 nice new ghosts. That's awesome. Excellent. So there's 5 of them down. Still got 10 to go, but I'll do that another time. But for now, let's go. Trader's Cove. Now that makes more sense. Yes, where today's sacrament is. Yeah, it makes more sense. Thank you, Pitten. You've been there today then. So let's have a look. What have we got? Kill 2 people. One's going to be probably in there. The other one's over here somewhere. Which one's secondary and which one's primary? So Gion's the secondary, so we've got to take him out first. And we've got to use poison, which I'm sure I've got plenty of poison on me. Yeah, I got loads. So, that's Gion's that one. Okay. Let's need to go up into that area there. Now I find you could go up to the right here and get to it, but it's actually so much easier, I find, coming along here on the left. Yeah, there is a bit of a delay at the moment as well, I'm afraid. It sometimes happens, it's just the way the stream works. Something will be about 30 seconds or so behind what's actually going on. That's I've noticed that on a few other streams on Twitch, actually. It sometimes happens. I mean, it happens with TNLand's stream sometimes. I've seen that happen. I think that's just where it's having to process what's coming in on the stream. You know, you got to bear in mind it's got to record it on my side, send it over, and then it's got to process it ready for streaming back out to you guys, and then you guys got to see the video as well. So there quite often is about a 30-second or so delay sometimes. I think when I started this there was about a 10-second delay and 12-second delay when I was looking at the timer, when it was counting down just before we started, because we have that clock that's ticking down. But it seems to have just stretched out a little bit as we're going through, especially since we had that unusual freeze up where my PC completely froze up for a moment and then came back. Alright, jump behind here. I think the second target's probably going to be over there. Knowing my luck. Dead. Oh, no, maybe not. Ah, he's in here. Okay. Alright, I'll watch where he's looking, because if I take out this guy in front, he's going to spot me, so I don't want to do that. He'd probably still spot me from that angle, I think. I'm going to play it safe. That's better. Oh, what?
Intruder! Trespasser!
I thought I had that there. Oh well, never mind. That means we're one down. This also means that the person I've got to kill, which you can get to by going through this little shortcut, is also in a really awkward spot. Let's pop some poison on, ready. Got in. Right, okay. Come through. There's our target. Oh, and there's someone else right beside him, so hang on. Hey, what?
I'm calling the guard.
Hang on, that made the sound to say you'd done it. Right, and now we've got to get out of here. I've got to get past this guard. Look at that, wall running skills for the win. Getting past that guard then. Actually getting past some of these, knowing where the wall running points are is quite handy. Let's see if I can just get ahead of this one's radius. It's going to be tight. Yeah, done it. And the other NPC that sometimes patrols there is not there. And there we go. That's the sacrament done. Come up, we're going to see if we've got ourselves a motif again today or whether we haven't. Right. Ah, no motif, that's a shame. Oh well, next time maybe. But still, I will take the fact that we have them as a good productive afternoon so far. That's pretty cool. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to sign off from the stream for now, but I will probably be back later in the week at some point. I can probably start putting up schedules and start scheduling in time, because I also want to spend some time on Kerbal Space Program, so I'm going to probably spend the next day or two just tweaking some of the graphics that I'm going to need for that, and then maybe broadcast that out maybe on Tuesday or something, and go and do some Kerbal Space Program as well, and then hop back in and do some others as well during the week. But thank you for everyone for tuning in once again for another day through. It's very much appreciated. You guys coming and supporting us with this stream at the moment as we're starting it there, and we will catch you all soon. Once again, take care. Bye bye.